Okay, so we just described the softmax activation function. So now we just need to cover uh, what if we want to have more layers in the neural net, more hidden layers in the neural network. So we start out just like we did before. We have the inputs. We multiply the inputs by weights, and that gives us an pre-activation, which we're then going to put into activation function, just like we did before at the beginning. So, in other words, to get the first set of pre-activations, for the first hidden layer, that means k is going to be equal to 1. We're going to take k equal to 1. We're going to take the first set of biases, and we're going to take the first weight matrix, so W1, and we're going to apply the H0 activation. So H0 has a special definition. It's just nothing. It doesn't do anything. So in other words, we're just going to multiply the weight times x, which is just what we said. Just going to multiply it. So H0 of x is just x. So we're just multiplying W times x. That's just what we said. We're just trying to make it general. So we're putting H in here, but really the first time in the pre-activation, this is just pre-activation, we're not really using H yet. Pre-activation. Okay, then we're going to activate. So we're going to take this, which was A1. So we're going to take A1 of X, and we're going to put it into our activation function. And in that case, so the activation function is given by, well, we know what the activation function is. All right. So we're going to put it into our activation function. It might be the sigmoid function, or it might be the tanh8 function, or it might be the, what was that called? The rectified linear activation function, or rectilinear function. And that is going to give us the output for that layer. Then, what are we going to do now? One thing that you should understand is, so the next layer, we're going to multiply the weights here, whatever they happen to be, our weight matrix here, and B. So this is going to be to get A2, second layer. We're going to put W2. We're going to put B2. We're going to put H2 minus 1 was H, which is just the standard sigmoid output. And that's going to give us the pre-activation here into these nodes. Okay? And then we're going to apply H2 to that, and that is going to give us the output at this layer. Now there's one thing to understand here, and that is the x, let's say, when k is 2, so we're talking about k is 2, we're talking about the inputs into here. Those inputs are what are coming out of here. They don't refer to the original x matrix. Okay, so you need to realize that. This x does not refer to the original x matrix. It does at the beginning, but when we use it like for A2 or A3 or whatever, after A1, it refers to what's coming out of the neurons here. Okay, so you need to understand that. Okay, and then finally, the last layer is actually the output function, which we said we're probably using the softmax function. Okay? And that is called f of x. Now, again, this x is not f of this stuff. It's f of what's coming out of here. Okay? So just realize that. It's not f of this stuff.